Coming on the show, we just had a business owner from LA who is giving the big to your governor, Gavin Newsom. You have a kid killing himself in your state. Suicides are up, depression's up, abuse is up. What's being done by legislators to overpower this governor? I thought that your state Supreme Court ruled. Why are these lockdowns still happening?
Yeah, well, I mean, you asked what's being done by legislators, not a whole lot. I've been trying, along with a few of my colleagues, to get the legislature to do something, but the leaders of the California legislature have been more than happy to basically take the year off and let Governor Newsom rule the state by decree. So yes, we did then go to the courts, and we've got a ruling that is restraining the governor from taking further unconstitutional actions. However, the governor rushed to the appeals court, so now that's on hold until the Court of Appeals makes its decision. Which
is what allowed him to do this new order, and you have a mayor in Los Angeles telling people not to even go outside and walk around. And because it's hanging in the balance in a court, they can continue to do this stuff. Is that what you're telling us?
Well, yes, and the governor would perhaps argue that that he could do this anyway, even if the injunction was in place. Although we would have, our own side to say about that. But in any case, you're absolutely right that the actions that are being taken right now are just completely divorced and unmoored from any evidence, any data, any concern for the well-being of our population. I mean, you mentioned the situation, the tragic situation with the schools, with mental health services being overwhelmed and with all these tragedies that we're seeing play out. But that's just the immediate consequences. We know that the learning loss that kids are experiencing right now has permanent consequences. In fact, the Journal of the American Medical Association just estimated in a study that kids have already lost a total of 5.5 million years of life expectancy cumulatively because of the diminished life outcomes linked to learning loss caused by school closures.
Wow. My kiddo's in 7th grade, 13. She tells me stories all the time. There's no way I'm getting the education, Dad. I'm not learning as much as I would be in the classroom. Some of the teachers are trying, some aren't. These are my kids' words, not mine. I don't want to upset teachers out there. But that's what's happening. What's being done on that front? Do you have these unions that have all this money and the state coming together to try and provide counseling and stuff to help the kids that are going through this massive depression?
No, very little is being done. And in fact, what we're seeing is that new reasons are being invented to keep schools closed. We've actually had unions come out and say, well, it's not fair if some schools can open when others have not. We don't want them to get a head start, so we need to just keep them all closed. And the teachers union, the California Teachers Association, which is among Gavin Newsom's biggest campaign benefactors, right, and has a stranglehold on much of our legislature, they've just totally been running the show. They've treated this like their Super Bowl. They're sending their state level negotiators to the tiniest districts in the state to assure that no one or as few schools as possible open. Even Dr. Fauci, by the way, has come out and said that schools ought to be open.
Yes. Gavin's kids are going to a private school, though, that are hybrid, right? They get to go back some days, but not the public school kids. Wow. I don't even know what to say, Kevin. I am so upset that I can't say the things I want to say on cable news. As we leave, I don't know if you're a parent, what's your advice for folks in your state and others that have these ridiculous, just asinine lockdowns that are literally killing our children and definitely killing businesses? What should people be doing?
Well, people should continue to speak out and continue to find whatever avenues you can to register your dissent and try to build opposition. One of the things we're doing here in California is we've come up with what we call the Healthy Communities Resolution that's being passed by County Board of Supervisors across California, which is stating the importance of local control, of moving away from the state's command and control lockdowns, and of considering the health of our communities in a holistic sense, as well as actually looking at the data and the evidence rather than the Gavin Newsom approach, which is to see COVID-19 as a nail, and he should just keep hammering away with the hammer of lockdowns, even though it's proven to be futile.
Let's keep hammering on him. Assemblyman for California's 6th District, Kevin Kiley, you have a safe weekend. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.